You have the city of Seattle in a budget crisis, spending $300,000 to help trans refugees without any sort of evidence as to the number of trans refugees that have actually fled to the city of Seattle from red states that need some sort of financial assistance. And while they're spending money on that, rather than more important things like our public safety crisis, the federal government is stepping in to award the Seattle Police Department money to help with the public safety crisis. This segment is brought to you in partnership with our friends at Future 42. Turn your frustration into action at future42.org. Make sure you sign up for their newsletter to be alerted to opportunities to do just that. So the Department of Justice awarding more than $8 million in public safety grants to agencies across the state to help with very specific needs. In some instances, equipment, training, personnel, school safety officers. So basically, local police departments could apply for this grant, which is named after a fallen officer, and can get funds. So more than $8 million total for the state of Washington. Here's a breakdown that the DOJ provided with just a couple of the different things that money was dedicated to. So Seattle Police Department surrounding jurisdictions got $800,000 for programs and equipment. Includes overtime, improved technology systems. Tacoma and Pierce County got about $400,000 for essentially a program to reduce young adult violence, so like gang violence, right? Longview, I like this one, given what's happened in Longview recently, support their school resource officer program. Yeah, given the fact that you have a superintendent there who likes to try to hide information from police about sexual assault investigations, maybe bolstering the Longview School Superintendent or the Longview School Resource Officer program would be a good idea. I won't read through all of these, but let's just pick my favorite city, Marysville. There it is, for the purchase of tactical emergency medical equipment. Bellingham, bring back the motorcycle traffic unit, which was closed due to COVID. So I think that's a really good use of federal funding to be able to help our local law enforcement agencies who are not only short-staffed, but are also very, a lot of the cities are dealing with budget crises and they just don't have the money. Neil Floyd, the first assistant United States attorney, so top prosecutor in Seattle, put out a statement saying it can be highly competitive to get these federal funds. I congratulate the cities and counties that developed proposals that were chosen for grants. We know that a strong partnership with state and local law enforcement is crucial to federal efforts to protect our community. And this, of course, comes at a time when state funding for local law enforcement has been either non-existent or very slow to roll out. You'll, of course, recall Governor Bob Ferguson, when he was back on the campaign trail, all of a sudden saying he cared about public safety and said, you know, I'm going to get $100 million to hire more cops. And they ended up passing that. And he's bragged about this program a lot, like at the Bite of Seattle shooting a couple weeks ago.
In legislation, my first year as governor, we put into our budget a $100 million grant program for local jurisdictions to get more law enforcement officers, which is something I support as part of my campaign for governor. That legislation got through, and now those dollars are starting to flow to local jurisdictions.
Yeah, but as you know, there were so many hurdles put on that money by Democrats in Olympia that a year went by and not a single new police officer had been hired. And in fact, I think it took until March. Yeah, this is from the State Standard. First grants awarded under Washington's new $100 million police hiring program. So Kent and Black Diamond were the first police departments to receive any of that $100 million. And it took more than a year to do it. A lot of agencies have complained about the very slow rollout and all of the different hurdles required to get that money. And so in our state, where we should have the fundamental concern for our law enforcement, we underfund them, after the whole police defunding movement. And then if they want to get funding, they have to jump over all these hurdles in order to get it. And then you got the feds coming in and saying, hey, we'd love to help you out, bolster your school resource program. We'd love to help bolster your gang unit. Yes, we'd love to help you with new technology to make up for the fact that you don't have as many police officers. And this whole idea, when I'm saying that Democrats made it difficult to be able to get this money, they passed it and wanted to take credit for it, and then made all these law enforcement agencies and continue to make them jump over hoops. Don't take my word for it. Here's, remember, State Rep Natasha Hill talking about this very thing.
What we did on that $100 million that Bob Ferguson shoved down our throats
they don't even want
in order
it.
to play nice with the opposition, which is why I say take such a big issue with playing nice with the opposition. I'm not trying to move toward fascism. If they want to hold shit down with fascism and salute Nazis, there's no center anymore. I need more progressives in the House so we don't have to take votes that we don't want to take. So I can be honest, not a vote I wanted to take, took it for the team. But we put guardrails around it. So what can you use it for? You have to do all this public health and safety stuff. You have to raise taxes in your community. You're not just getting free money from the government. We're going to monitor and regulate it. Law enforcement. Why? Because we know your history is slave patrols.
Yeah. I mean, that's what we attach. That's the level of crazy we attach to police funding in our own state. So thank God for the feds. I almost think we don't deserve it, frankly, and that some of these police departments that have gone or are governed by mayors who are cuckoo crazy should have to match the funds or something like that. But I don't want officers to be punished. I don't want law-abiding citizens to be punished for the insanity of the Democratic Party in Washington state. And I don't know how long it'll take for us to recover from police defunding. So yeah, we'll take all the federal funds we can get. That segment was brought to you in partnership with our friends at Future 42. Turn your frustration into action at future42.org. Make sure you sign up for their newsletter to be alerted to opportunities to do just that.